And we are live from Toronto here today. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Thought I'd come on for an impromptu Facebook Live today about procrastination. So I'm going to talk about procrastination and really what procrastination is coming up a little bit later on today. But just had a very successful client session. I won't give out the chap's name. This is not his real name. We'll call him Steve. We just did the Zoom session. He wanted to quit smoking, and he's only smoking about 7 cigarettes a day. Oftentimes I'll meet someone they're smoking, I don't know, 20, a pack a day, 2 packs a day. So oftentimes when someone's smoking a less amount, whoever just gave me the thumbs up, thank you. If you just joined us, give us a wave, just give us a thumbs up or a heart. Kevin was only smoking 7 cigarettes a day, and sometimes somebody who's smoking like 7 cigarettes a day as opposed to 20 or 40 can actually be a bit more difficult to deal with than someone who's smoking a lot more. It's like the old analogy, right? If someone's got a shitload of weight to lose, let's say they've got £100 to lose versus the person who's got £10 to lose, the person who's got £100 to lose will start to notice changes a lot quicker because they get more to lose in a good way, or release I should say, versus the person who's got 10. So sometimes it can be a little bit more of a challenge. By the way, I'm going to tell you how this ties into anxiety in just a moment. So we came on, and he's in Ottawa, I'm in Toronto, so there's about 4 hours drive between us. First session over Skype, and he actually really wants to come in person, but unfortunately because of lockdown and essential businesses and stuff, hi Huma, how are you? Everything's over Zoom now, and even before this corona bullshit was happening, about 60% of my clients were online, international clients from England, Australia, Japan, America and so forth. But yeah, he had preference to working in person, one-on-one. I said, well, we actually don't know when that's going to be, right? We're at the mercy of the government and when we can open up. So you can wait, but we don't know when that's going to be, and keep smoking, or we could just do it over Zoom. He's like, is that the same? I'm like, yeah, it's exactly the same. It's the same results. There's no difference, which kind of surprised me when I first began doing hypnosis in this format. And we did it, and he came in, and his urge to smoke was an 8, was a 9. Good to hear, Huma. It was 8 or 9, and within like the first 5 minutes, we got it down to a 0. So I teach people a technique, even before we go into hypnosis, to take that urge down, because I ask my smokers to not smoke for about 24 hours before our first session, because I want them craving, I want them really desiring that cigarette, jonesing if you will. Hey Donna, how are you? In the old days, I'd let my smokers smoke all the way up to our first session. They'd come through the door, and after pleasantries, I say to them, how much do you want a cigarette on a scale of 10 to 0? 10 is like, I'm completely jonesing, I would rip your arm off for a cigarette, Luke. 0 being, I have no desire at all to smoke. And because I want them craving it. Because if they come in as if they just smoked and they've scratched that itch, so to speak, and they come through my door and I say, where's that craving? They would say, well, a 0, Luke, because I just smoked. To which I'd say, if it's a 0 at the beginning of the session and we haven't done any work, how are you going to know this shit worked at the end? And they'd be like, good point. So I like my clients coming in, like having that urge, having that scratch that they need. So when they come in and it's a 7, an 8, a 9, whether that be the smoker, whether it be the heroin addict, whether that be the person who's suffering from anxiety, I want it to be high when they come in, so they know that neurology has been triggered in their mind and body. So when they leave and the session is done and that 8 goes to a 0, they're like, oh shit, this stuff worked. How does this tie into anxiety? Well, it's a thing that I found a lot of times with not everyone, but a vast majority of people, smokers I found, is they will say to me, look, it makes me feel good, makes me feel calm. And so that's kind of interesting, because a cigarette has about 2,500 chemicals. None of them make you feel calm. They're laced with sugar, which is a stimulant, nicotine, which is a stimulant, and formaldehyde, which is what they use to embalm dead bodies. There's not one ingredient in it, chemical compound, that's been proven to make you feel calm. Yet over the last 20 or so years, working with, I don't know, well over 8,000 smokers, generally one-on-one, is I hear the same story over and over again. It makes me feel calm. So I'm like, well, this is an interesting thing. I don't think all these smokers are having a conspiracy to lie to me, so there must be something to this. So what I found is most of us, smokers as well, are chest breathers. They're breathing in, they activate their parasympathetic nervous system, fight, flight or freeze. And they light up that cigarette, and that first puff, I always ask them, what's your favourite part of the cigarette, oftentimes they'll say the first puff. And I'll say, why? And they say, well, it makes me feel calm. And what's been happening is they've been stimulating sympathetic nervous system. I haven't had my coffee today, which is fight, flight, or freeze, anxiety, attack, panic. And when they breathe into their belly, it's the first time, maybe the only time in the day, where they activate their parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. So when I ask what the good thing, as weird as that sound, a lot of smokers get from smoking a cigarette, there's always a good thing, or what we call secondary gain in hypnosis. There's always a good thing. And for this guy, we'll call him Steve, the smoker that I dealt with today, he's like, look, it makes me feel calm. I'm very, very stressed in my job and today, and when I smoke, it makes me feel calm. And when I explained to her, it can't be anything about the cigarette that makes you feel calm. Also, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes for the cigarette, for the ingredients, for the nicotine, tobacco, to pass through the bloodstream to get into your body for you to have an effect. So that people are feeling an immediate relief within one puff of a cigarette means it can't be the cigarette, because none of those chemicals have entered the bloodstream yet. It's essentially they've just changed their breathing and they start to feel calm. So the calmness is not a lie, they do feel calm. It has nothing to do with the cigarette though, it's because they've changed their breathing pattern. So yeah, how does that tie in? A lot of smokers I find are looking for relief from stress or anxiety or panic, so they light up a cigarette. And all chain smoking is trying to keep hold of that calmness in an artificial way. But if it's artificial, then it always disappears and it's not good for you. So, successful session. And we'll catch up with him in a couple of weeks to see how well he did. And I'm sure he did amazingly. Back to the topic at hand. How does procrastination, what's procrastination? You know what procrastination is? It's just anxiety. Yeah, just anxiety, but in a different cloth, in a different gown. All procrastination is a form of anxiety, because on some unconscious level you're putting something off, and the only reason you put it off is on some unconscious level you're scared. You have some fear. What would happen if this happens? What would happen if this that doesn't happen? What would happen if I fail? What would happen if I succeed? Projecting into the future, which is causing you to feel anxious. So that's the reason people push off stuff. That's the reason people have procrastination. It's anxiety. So when anyone's saying, look, I want to get up early, but I procrastinate. I want to write that book, but I'm procrastinating. I need to get that assignment done, but I'm procrastinating. Then all I hear is I'm scared. I'm fearful. That's why I'm pushing it off. So when we uncover and we start to release that fear, that anxiety, that panic underneath, whether they're conscious or unconscious about why they're putting something off, oftentimes they're projects that need to be done, get done. That book that needs to be wrote, gets wrote. That conversation that needs to be had, gets had. Because we deal with what's going on. Not just that surface level of what's happening when I'm having an anxiety attack. Oh, I'm getting sweaty, I'm getting shaky, my thoughts are all over the place, I'm having palpitations. That's just a surface level. That's just the symptoms of some wiring, some emotions that have gone untended, unlooked after, unreleased underneath. But oftentimes when they are released, the anxiety just falls like a house of cards, if you will. So if you, yes you, are experiencing any form of procrastination, understand it's anxiety. Understand it's just a fear. And once you find out what it is you're scared of, whether you're aware of it now or not, you do some investigation, that house of cards can start to begin to get weaker and wobblier, so eventually we can just blow it down and it can drop. By the way, if you've got any questions about that, put your questions in the comments below. If you've just joined us, and I can see who you are lurking in the background, hey, give me a thumbs up, say hi, give me a wave. Well, my favourite one, give me a heart. Let me know that you're out there, that you can hear this. And if there's anyone else that you feel that would benefit from this video, then please do share it with your Facebook friends or any groups that you're a part of that you feel this information needs to get to. Thank you, Donna. And if you're watching this live, you've got any questions about hypnosis, anxiety, or stopping smoking, and you're live right now, put your comments below and I'll endeavour to answer them. If you are watching on the replay, put your comments below and I will answer them. Quick programming note, on Wednesday at 7 p.m. we're going on another hypnotic vacation, a virtual vacation. because most of us are at home right now, right? We can't leave our homes, or certainly can't leave the country. We may have had to cancel holidays, vacations. So every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we go on a virtual vacation where I take you as your guide somewhere else in the world, so you can have that vacation in your mind. This Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we are going on a American road trip, something that's near and dear to my heart that I'm still waiting to do. An American road trip virtual vacation. It's free. Come and join us. I'll be open to that fact on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, you may have seen, if you scroll down, there's a video that has a lot of views. At last check, it was about 550 views. It was just a fun hypnotic session that I did with someone called Scotty, who often watches these Facebook Lives, and he just wanted to experience some fun hypnosis. No therapy. We're not digging out the skeletons, the bodies from your past. We're not doing any heavy lifting. We're not re-traumatizing you, but you just want to experience some fun hypnosis, and who doesn't need more fun in their life? So what I'm doing actually over the next week, and I've got about 2 spaces left, is I'm doing fun Zoom hypnosis sessions with them. Very quick sessions, about 15-20 minutes. Now I will tell you, they are being filmed and they will be put on this channel as well as some other social media that I've got, but we're not finding out a lot of personal details. We're not healing up anything. We're just doing some fun to give you the experience of involuntariness of hypnosis. And I urge you, if you're like, well, what do you mean by that? What are you going to do, Luke? Watch the video I do with Scotty. See how much fun that he has in that time that we do some hypnosis, to kind of get an idea. But if you'd like to experience some hypnosis, which is just fun, for some shits, for some giggles, don't worry, I'm not going to humiliate you in any way, but just give you a sense of just how powerful your mind is when you direct it, and some of the crazy and powerful stuff it can do with a sense of involuntariness. If you'd like to experience that free of charge, again, it's going to be filmed, put on my social media, not therapy. Then drop me a personal message. Just click on my picture, click on my name, tap me, send me a personal message and say, Luke, I'd like to do that, and we'll arrange time over the next few days, next week, to do that. Like I said, I think I've only got 2 spots left to do that, and we'll have some fun. We'll put it on the Facebook and you can watch it, and it will be great. That being said, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I'm going to train, maybe take the electric scooter out, do some meditation, eat some food, do some reading, and go from there. So wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is, always, I'm trying to get it right there because I changed my camera angle, right? So when I used to do the angle this way, people used to complain, oh Luke, the hypnosis on your t-shirt is reversed, we don't know what it's reading. So I reversed the angle on Facebook, because Facebook reverses the angle automatically, so I re-reversed it. So I'd usually go like that, but then it would look different on my camera, so it confuses me now. So I have to think before I do my always believe.